Today we're interviewing the vice presidents for news.
Hello, this is Honest News. I'm Guy Bam, and I'm going to be interviewing Nadia Weld, who is Vice President for the People's Party.
Hello, everyone.
What solutions do you have for what the world is going through right now?
Well, we think that climate change is a really severe issue going on right now in the world. I mean, we see it everywhere in all countries, in the US, everywhere. So it is a very prominent issue, and we plan to address it and not just talk about it, but to truly take action.
Thank you. Next up, we have Bishop Holmes, who is running for Vice President for the Roman Reasons Party. If people who don't want to work but still want to live in the US, will they still reap the same benefits as people who do work in the US?
Well, it's not completely fair for some people to work hard and to be prosperous and others to choose not to. I believe we're all entitled to certain things, People can't live without health care. Well, we're gonna try our best to encourage them to, work for what they need to do, because that's what we are as a country.
Thank you. Now we're interviewing Sean Blackwell, who's running for Vice President for the Neo-Prohibition Party. How do you plan to reduce consumption of alcohol?
We would plan to reduce it by implementing harder laws onto getting it, while also the laws of how much you could obtain.
Next up, we're interviewing Gianni G, who is running for Vice President for the Bureau of Progressive Barbs.
Hello.
What consequences will the people who abuse recreational drugs face?
Abuse of drugs is, in fact, addiction. It's a disease, not a crime. So what we want to do is rehabilitate you. We don't want to punish you. We just want you to get better.
Thank you. Finally, we have Rebecca Castle-Siska, who is running for Vice President for the Youth Prosperity Party. So your main goal is to help the youth, but how will you help older generations?
So because we're creating better school systems, that'll create for more involved, smarter, more adaptive students who will grow up to then be politically engaged, who will then run for office, who will create better senators and presidents and vice presidents in the future that can adapt to older generations that will be there to advocate for everybody.
Thank you. And that concludes our interviews for all 5 political parties. Now just one thing, remember to vote.